What's up, guys? Let me start a party. Nobody's gonna join. It's just me tonight. I can't really sleep, so I wanted to start a stream. But I was kind of up at night thinking about like life, how life's gone, and man, like, dude, life is about to get so serious for me. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I would have never thought in a million years that would be where I'm at now. It's not even like I'm in a crazy spot or anything. It's just like, wow. You know, I don't know if it makes sense. I'm not really giving a lot of context here, but I feel like being where I grew up with low key, like it sounds kind of crazy, but Maxwell was such a huge impact on. He was a huge impact on me and how I grew up, and I know it's the same way for him. Um, yeah, I want to say it's rare that you find people like that you can build that kind of relationship with. So it's kind of cool that I have that relationship with him. Um, like I remember, I still remember how we first met. It sounds so gay, like saying this stuff, but no, it's not. That's not the gay part. It's just gay. No, no, um, I remember we met on Ark. That was that's why it's always been our game. Like we've always played Ark. Um, we met on Ark, and it was like I don't know. I think he was around like 8 years old, and I was 10. And I remember I just got Ark because my sister had a boyfriend, and he was at the house one day, and basically he was over there. I don't know what he was doing. Don't ask me. I was 10 years old. I was in my own little world. Um, but he was over, and I remember something had happened where oh yeah, I was downstairs like really late at night for some reason, and I was getting a snack. So I was getting a snack, and I was still in my game, and I was watching. I think it was Lover Fella who made those Arc videos about like giving stuff away to people in their like random bases and shit. And I thought it was so cool how people could build these bases on like an island, and there's a bunch of other people there. Like I always thought it was so cool. And I was watching him, and the boyfriend came downstairs, and he asked me, he was like, "Oh, you play the game too?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah." Um, whatever. And he was asking me about the game I played and whatnot. It was pretty cool. And I was telling him how I really want Ark. Like, wasn't expecting him to buy it for me, but he was like, "Oh, yeah, go ahead. Just you can just use my card." And I've never met this guy before, by the way. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, go use my card." I'm like, "All right." And my sister's like, "No, no, no. He doesn't need the game. And I'm like, hey, let him give me the game. 'Cause, I'm little, I wanted the game. And eventually, he just kept like insisting for me to get the game. And he let me get it. And I ended up getting the game. And I was never a bad kid. I took the card off my account like right after. I never, you know. Um, I was so happy because I got this game, and I remember I had a friend. His name was Michael, and he was always on the game. I used to like. I never really had a lot of people to play with. Um, I had this one guy. His name was FedEx, like his username, obviously. FedEx something. I would play with him on GTA. Other than that, I kind of played with some people from school. Michael was one of them. There was another guy. I forgot his name, but there was a couple people. I remember Alberto was in there, and maybe a few other people. But the main thing is we would just always play the game. I would play with them sometimes, the people from school, but like I don't know, it was more of me trying to fit in. I always felt like I didn't have friends, although that would be a lie to say I did. You know what I mean? But definitely hung around the wrong people because I wouldn't say they were really ever my friends. They were, but Michael had Ark, and he would play it. And he introduced me to this guy that also played Ark, and they had a unofficial server, and they were on it. And I joined them. This was my first time playing Ark, and I'm just kind of like going around, and he's trying to like show me the stuff. And I saw a woolly mammoth, bro. I was like so shell shocked. I was like, oh, this is awesome, you know. And and um, I remember being so happy to be able to see stuff like that. I was never into like dinosaurs or anything like that until I. That is a lot. So when I was a lot younger, I was into dinosaurs, but like it was kind of like a drought. Like I was in dinosaurs when I was a little kid, like the little toy dinosaurs, and then I kind of forgot about them until I got into Ark again. Um, and yeah, I played that little server. It was on Ragnarok, and it was like on the little ice area, the flat land where the ice is at. The guy had like a just a little base in the middle, and he had like two wyverns, and that's it. That's all it was. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's so good. Like, how did he get? Is that a dragon? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I thought it was so cool, and I think we should build over there. Um, I thought it was so cool, and when I eventually left the server. He gave me a couple of stuff. He gave me like, some armor and whatnot. But I left it because I wasn't. I don't know. I never liked like not being able to do stuff. Like I wanted to enjoy the game. You know what I mean? I got the game. And I'm not gonna say I bought it, but I got the game. I want to enjoy it. You know. Um. So when I was kind of told to sit on the back because I wasn't doing anything, I didn't really want to play. And that's kind of why I never really thought of them as like real friends. They always just left me out of shit. Never really fucked with it. Um, so after that, I went to single player, and I didn't know what a non-dedicated server was. Like, I wasn't fucking thinking, oh, it's non-dedicated, so it's not a single player dedicated server. Like, a dedicated server means dedicated to you, I'm assuming. And then, you know, whatnot. Um, yeah, I didn't really think of it like that. I just thought of it like, what the fuck is a non-dedicated? And uh, I picked the non-dedicated, and I kept always playing non-dedicated. I think because it loaded faster somehow. I think the non-dedicated's loaded faster. But I made a non-dedicated, and oh no, I did know that people could join it. That's a lie. I did know. I was hoping that someone would join because I remember I joined a couple other people's non-dedicated servers before that. That's yeah. So I was hoping someone would join, and I had this server, and I kept like making new servers, um, new non-dedicated servers, and building like houses and shit. And I got so like invested in building houses. Um, at some point, I made an island server on the island, and I built like this house. It was like it was a stone house. It was all in creative. Um, it was like a mansion, kind of looked like a mansion. And then I had like what did I have? I had a Spino. I had, I don't know, a bunch of random shit all spawned in from me looking up spawn codes. And I remember someone joined, and it was like, dude, I forgot his original username. It's been so long. But yeah, he joined. Maxwell joined, and he came over to me, and he was just asking me for stuff, and he just kept bugging me. He was just like, dude, come on, give me something. And I was like, all right, bro, take this and get out of here. And I gave him a baby spine. Like I got a Spino, and then I did a command to make it a baby because I didn't want him to have a normal Spino and then come and try and kill my stuff. So I gave him a baby one, and he took it, and he went away. And then he kept coming back because there's like the spawn thing. I didn't know there was a radius. Like you can't go from the host after a certain like amount of land or something. I don't know. You can't go too far from the host. And he kept coming back, and I had like a plesiosaur or a mosasaur, whichever. I think they both have platforms, but I think it was a plesiosaur. And I had it, and I kept like going on these underwater trips, and he would just get in the back. I had a little base built on the back of it. He would get on the back, and we would just go on these little trips. And eventually, like I think I invited him to a party, or he invited me, and we played. And there's a clip of it out there somewhere, I think. But we were in a call one time, and it was like our first time in a call, and we went to. You'd have to ask Maxwell. He remembers this better than I do, but we went somewhere, and we had what did we do? I don't know. We did something, but we were talking, and he just farted. It was like a really quiet fart. And then and I ignored it because I didn't want to like. I thought I would be embarrassing if I spoke up. I was like, "Yeah, did you just fart?" Like, I thought I would have been weird for that, so I just ignored it. Um, it was pretty funny, but yeah. So that happened, and then that's how me and Maxwell met, and then we just kept playing art, and then we got to a server, like a not an official server, but a non-dedicated server. We never really played official like that. We've gave it attempts, but we never really followed it. Um, was the land that I was at. But we found this unofficial server, and it was called Mega Gaming, and this was like where we became best friends at. There were servers before that, but nothing that really was like crazy that has any like lore. This has lore. Mega Gaming was the server that me and Maxwell played on, and we started off on Genesis, and because there's so much lore before that, but just know that like a birthday or two went by, and one of those birthdays I got Genesis and like all the other mods. I spent all my money on Ark that I got on my birthday. Um, but basically, Maxwell and me, we found a Genesis server, and it was Mega Gaming, and we uh, 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 damn, um, on that server, we kind of messed around for a little bit. We built a base. I think it was in the bog, um, and it was like cornered off by a tree, and you could like go in the tree. We had a magmasaur, and we had like a couple other things, and we were having so much fun. Whatever. Um, I only have 10 spruce planks. Um, yeah, we were having fun, and then damn, there's like no trees here. We were having fun on there, and someone had raided us on there, and we were like so heartbroken because we thought we had so much stuff, but we lost everything. We had like a couple fairies too, I think. And we tamed a fairy to try and raid someone's base. We lost everything, and we're like, damn, bro. All right, we gotta find a new server. And then we go and we try to find a new server, and accidentally we didn't know until we like played the server for like a week or something like that. I don't know. It was a while. Um, we were playing this new server. Coincidentally, the new server was the same server we were on because we didn't know about clusters back then, but it was a cluster, and it was just a different map. It was Aberration, and on Aberration, we started out on there, and we had tamed some couple of things. We built a base. We met a guy, like a really old guy. I wouldn't say old, but pretty old. Probably in his 60s, maybe. Um, his name was Tolster, and we invited him to our tribe, and we had him, me, and Maxwell, and we were all like, I don't know, we were like invincible or something. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Like we thought we were the alpha of Mega Gaming. Um, we weren't at all. but we thought we were. We had a nice little base set up on those big like tree. Are they trees? I don't know. They're not. It's just like the rock formations that are like really high in the sky. Those things. We had a base set up on there, covered off by behemoth gates. It was crappy. Like no one would ever purposely make a base there, uh, if they knew anything about Ark, but we didn't. And we had some griffins. Flyers were enabled on that server for Aberration. We had some griffins. We had snow owls. We had a snow owl named Juice WRLD and Lottie, or Ali Lottie, because me and him were both Juice WRLD fans. Um, we had syphilis and chlamydia. We had a bunch of like random dino names. It was so stupid. And I remember we would come back from school sometimes, and we would get on the game, and we would see the dinosaur's name Toll for Tolster, and we would like be like, "What the fuck, yo? Is Tolster trying to steal our dinos?" This whole time he was like breeding the dinos, and then just naming the ones he breeded Toll, but like we convinced ourselves that he was trying to steal our dinos. It was pretty funny. Um, chest that. Yeah, we that was the server we played the longest for. We played that server for months, maybe even a year. Like we were on that server for a really long time. Like, wait, where did I put the? They're over there. Okay, perfect. Um, yeah, we were on that server for a really long time. My bad. Just gonna put all this. And the reason why we ended up quitting the server was because, like, we thought we were the alphas, and we knew this guy. His name was COVID, and it was around that 2020 time, which is kind of funny. But we knew this guy named COVID, and I don't even know where to start for the house. I got to do. Oh, we met this guy named COVID, and I think so. We thought he was like the owner of the server. He wasn't, but he had so much stuff that we thought he was just spawning it in. But he really just had, like, you could ask him for anything, he would just have it. Um, we thought we were cool with the owner and stuff. We weren't. Um, but yeah, he actually had a base not that far from us, and he like kept giving us stuff, and it was so cool because like you know I don't know. We thought we were the alpha because he just kept giving us stuff. Like we would tell each other like, bro, this is the admin spawn. Like no one else can get this, and yeah, everybody else had it. By the way, everyone else had it, but yeah, we had our little hopes and dreams. Oh, we had a lot of rock golems too. Like we really had a lot of stuff. We had the elemental, not they're all rock elementals. What the fuck am I talking about? We had the X rock golems. I think. I don't know. I haven't played Genesis in a while. Um, but we had those, the lava golems. Lava, that's what they're called. We had those, and they were we had a fuck ton. We thought like we were literally invincible. Any dino you could think of, we had it. So to be fair, it's not like a crazy, you know, not too far fetched. You know what I mean? But reality kind of settled in at some point, and someone came to raid us, and we couldn't do anything about it. And I remember Maxwell texting me. He was like, "John, get on, get on." I'm like, "Why? What happened?" And he's like, "Dude, someone's raiding us." And we would always make jokes about people raiding us. We never thought someone would actually try and raid us. And I didn't believe him. I'm like, "Dude, come on." And I was like taking a break because I used to take breaks a lot. No, I was not beating my shit. Um, um, he's like, "No, dude, I'm not joking. Like, get on." And I got on, and there was actually someone raiding us. And I was shocked, and I got on like any mount that I could get on, and I'm like, "Dude, come on, come on." And basically, it all fumbled. We lost everything. The only thing we still had was one rock golem, and I was on it, and it was like it was on like really low health. They had gigas out there, I think. I don't know, but basically we lost everything. That's when Mega Gaming came to an end. Ever since Mega Gaming, we never found a server that was good again, ever. Like there was never a server that could make us like want to play it. And it wasn't about the admin giving us stuff at all, actually. It was just like the fact that it felt like an actual game instead of just like a bunch of people just playing. Oh shit. A bunch of people just playing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like a community in there, but it wasn't just like, oh, bro, you're fucking ass at the game. Like, it was a bunch of people just playing the game. Everybody's having fun, and occasionally you'll get the guy that like wants to destroy stuff for no reason. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just everyone like, oh, everybody for themselves, everybody kill each other. Like, no, it wasn't that. Never found a server like that again, ever. And ever since Ascent came out, I've only wanted to play PvP or PvE. In Evolved, I would only play PvP. Ever since Ascended came out, I've only wanted to play PvE. Especially the way that they like made the game. They made it for PvE players, I feel like. But yeah, that's the story of how me and Maxwell met. Um, that's why, like, I don't know. He's just like since childhood. You know what I mean? Like I knew him since I was literally a kid. Like I've known him probably the longest. I've definitely known other people longer, but like I literally used to talk to him every single day for hours and hours on end without failure. Like he's developed when we were younger, he literally developed to be just like me. I mean, I'm assuming because I was older, he wanted to act like me, but he developed to act just like me. And I subconsciously started acting like him in some ways. That's literally like that's how long we've known each other. It's kind of crazy. Um, It's definitely crazy. I have school in the morning. I also have work in the morning after school, but it's technically still morning. But like, that's why I was saying, like, dude, I know I'm not old, but I feel like I'm growing old so fast. Like life is flying by right now. It feels like 2 days ago I was in my room just talking to girls all day. Like now just I have time for them, but I really don't. Like I've made myself so busy within the past like week, not week, no, in like the past 3, 4 months, I've made myself as busy as I've ever been, and I know I'm just gonna get busier. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's life, I guess. No, I just couldn't fall asleep either. That's another thing. I was trying to fall asleep, could not do it. I want those trees to grow because I want to put this with spruce. And the thing is, it's not like I miss what I had. Like when I was little, I miss being able to just go around and do whatever I want. I miss it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I don't miss it for the reason that you might think. Like you might think the reason I'm missing when I was young is because I'm not going where I want to go in life. I'm very happy with what I'm doing in life and where I'm going. It's just like, damn, I'm never gonna have this luxury of I, I I don't even know what to call it, but I'm just never gonna have the luxury of being able to do what I do now ever again. I'm 100% gonna miss it, but I'm also gonna be glad it's gone, because how life is. But I'm glad to see it go. I'm just not ready to see it go. That's all. Because It really does feel like it's moving way too fast. Can't be mad at it though. That's all I ever wished for when I was little, is to just get older. Now that I'm older, I don't want to. I don't want to go. I'm definitely gonna miss Maxwell. If you guys don't know why I'm saying that, it's because I'm going to the military, and I'll tell you how many days in a minute. Actually, like the exact amount of days. I leave in 56 days. Sounds like a lot, kind of, but like, let's really think about that for a minute. Because in about, let's see, in about 24 days, I'll be graduating high school. After that, I have about a month until I leave. So it's a lot to look forward to, a lot to prepare for, all that. But I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. Happy to do it. This is a shitty house, isn't it? You know what? I'm gonna work on this tomorrow when I actually have some energy to do it. Fuck. Let's look at it. I'll see you guys. It's good talking to you. Talking to myself, but.